Okay, yes, we are definitely live. I already got an email saying we are live. That's also cool. What's going on, Daniel? How's it going?
I'm great. How are you? Guys, I got some new audio gear, so I hope you appreciate the better sound quality. I apologize for the disaster that was my audio. A fun day ahead of us. Mickey, how you doing?
I'm great, great. You sounds good, looking good, so we can start
Get
doing our
started.
thing. Yeah. So, like always, guys, I'm Michael, the CEO of MIKI'S, and with me, Daniel, one of the trader here at MIKI'S, that I'm bringing you the most important information you need in order to trade properly this trading week, or actually day. And like always, we will cover some major news that you gotta pay attention to. Then we'll go to the charts, analyze the indices and the stocks, the hot stocks you wanna pay attention to it and watch them for during the trading day. And besides that, we'll give you some hot tips on how not to be manipulated in this crazy manipulated market. Before we begin, like always, let's hit the intro.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, definitely. Okay, Daniel, tell us a little bit about the news. What's going on?
So, guys, it's going to be a fun day today. We have a lot of data coming out, so focus on the data, and everyone's focusing on the data today. As we've been talking about, and the theme for the last couple of days has really been inflation. So, keep on inflation thinking. So, today we have core durable goods. We have durable goods. We have GDP quarter over quarter for quarter one. We have GDP price index. But the most important news we have today is initial jobless claims, and we have pending home sales. But we're really going to focus on jobless claims. The whole market is, as you guys know, everyone's talking about inflation. Every time you open CNBC or any kind of Bloomberg or any kind of app for trading, you see inflation, inflation, inflation. Right now, we have this cycle of transitory inflation where the market is trying to get out of this massive inflation printing. The Fed's hope is this: if the jobs number comes back bad, the
Mhm.
Fed won't be able to ease off the money printing. If the jobs number is good and the economy is coming back to normal, that means inflation really will be transitory. So we're really waiting to see how the market reacts to this inflation data. Mickey, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we will see it in a second on the chart because it's already 3:30, meaning 8:30 in New York.
U.S. Yeah, it's pretty out by
Yeah,
now.
so should be out, and we will look at the chart in a second to see what is actually happening. What do you see there?
I'm picking it up. Give me a second. Economic calendar. Okay, so inflation data for today. Let's see. Jobless. Oh, came back positive.
Okay.
Um, Continuing jobless claims came back less than expected, not by much. 40,000. Expect forecast was 3,680. Actual was 3,642. So that's a drop from the previous, about 100K from the previous. So that's significant for the market to look at. So that's giving us some hope that inflation really will die down. So yeah, Mickey.
Okay, cool. What else do we have there?
Um, we have the U.S.-China trade talks, which is going to last for a couple of days.
Right.
I don't know what to say. All we can do is really wait to see if any major news comes down. When Trump was in office, this would be a big deal because Trump would be tweeting. But the new administration isn't really pro tweeting as much, so we'll have
Yeah,
to see what the official announcement is.
like it should be, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I liked it. It was good trading opportunities. It was really funny.
That, yeah, it definitely.
Treasury,
It
yeah,
made us some
Treasury,
money.
yeah. Look, any news is good news. Treasury yields the same, which is pretty interesting because you guys know that if yields are higher, that means the bonds need to return at a higher interest rate. because inflation. So if yields stay the same for a while, that means they're probably going to drop, which is a good sign for inflation being temporary.
Mhm.
As far as the market is going on, it's kind of mixed in the open. It's hovering between up and down. There really isn't any major trend in the market open. We're waiting to see how the market opens to this jobless claims. But at time of writing, which was earlier, the market was mostly down. But I think that we have good jobless claims. It will give us some bullish momentum in the market. Who knows? We'll see. We
Yeah,
don't predict the future; we react to it.
yeah,
Um, Earnings, nothing really major going on. We have BBY, Best Buy, GD, Costco, and CRM. CRM is Salesforce.
right.
Mickey, what are your thoughts on today's earnings?
Well, we got a couple of them aftermarket yesterday aftermarket earnings and also today before market open. I've seen about 10 stocks that doing that. I will go to my scanner in a second. They will all probably popping up or down, depends on the news. But if we go into the charts, we can look at yesterday the things that we talked about, the stocks that we covered. First of all, I actually really liked PDD yesterday, and
PDD was beautiful. It
it
was
was.
it was so beautiful to look at the chart. I didn't trade it unfortunately, but it was one
I
of the
mean,
prettiest charts I've ever seen in my whole
I
life.
mean, I aimed obviously for move to the upside, but for some
Oi.
reason, crazy reason, it went down. I didn't get in actually at any point. I waited to reverse the trend somewhere along here, but I didn't have all the correct parameters that I wanted. Then I placed orders, a limit order right here at the pivot point, but it didn't get filled. So I missed that trend, the like $1.50 move or $2 move up. I already had like 1,000 shares, a little bit more than 1,000 shares waiting at that price, but didn't go there for some reason. I don't know. Other than that, I traded the DKS. Um, Also the other ones that was pretty strong. DKS, we spoke about it yesterday
Yeah,
because we had,
earnings high of all time.
yeah, super strong. And like we mentioned, there was a support level here, the last time high, right? This one in the shooting star. So it's actually opened right on it, put them like a tail right on it, and then started to move up. I took that this bull flag, the move up, then the consolidation. It went down just a little bit, and then got majorly push after the conference call here. So yeah, that was a nice trade. Besides that, I didn't do much. Market was pretty flat, trading in yesterday range basically. So not a lot to do with that as well. Today, if we are looking at the indices, so we're looking at the NQ 4 hour, like we mentioned, the price look pretty good to the upside. We might see, as we mentioned earlier this week, we might see some pullbacks exactly as we drew here. But eventually, the way I see it, at least for now, we should continue higher to the 13,800, at
Well,
least
given the
to.
fact that we have great data, guys, that's really bullish sentiment. Because, sorry for interrupting, Mickey, but
Mm.
the biggest fear of the market was to go higher was that inflation was too high. That's what caused the correction. That's what caused Fed policy. But with all this good data coming in, and with China really stepping in to fight the inflation, there really isn't that much stopping the market from making new highs. So sorry, Mickey, take it back.
Yeah, go ahead. No problem. So yeah, definitely watch for the market when you're trading, obviously, just to make sure it's moving to your direction. This is a 4 hour chart, so if you're intraday, definitely you can look for um, in a 1A chart or even 15 minutes on NQ, and the same applies to the ES, the S&P, that looking pretty bullish at the moment, stronger than the Nasdaq. Like we said earlier this week, the price should continue to those levels it did, and now we're waiting. As far as I see it, we should continue again, at least testing it one more time. In my opinion, we are going much higher than that, all the way to this resistant level of a channel, like a historic channel that we traded in. So yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I see
the
it.
way I see it, at least. VIX also working accordingly, so uh, at the moment looking pretty good to the downside, creating a positive deviation. So as long as it's moving down, the prices of the indices will move higher, like Nasdaq and S&P. And we talked about CL yesterday because of their
Oil.
inventory. Yeah, oil.
Actually, guys, there's some more oil data coming out. Before you get started with CL, Mickey, two things happened in oil overnight.
Mm,
Iran talks are kind of falling apart again, so that's giving oil, some volatility in oil because Iran is a massive producer of oil,
okay.
and depending what kind of, as we know, Trump put all kinds of sanctions that made it hard for them to sell oil on the open market. But if Biden is more pro-Iran in a sense, that
Hmm.
can seriously affect the prices. So as these talks go back and forth and tit for tat, um, oil is seeing some massive swings. Another news in oil we talked about yesterday, Exxon is seeing some in climate change issues.
Right.
BP, which is one of the top five producers of oil in the world, Dutch company, had a lawsuit and it lost the lawsuit, saying in the court ruled in the Netherlands, which is one of the major players in the EU, that they need to decrease their climate footprint. So all this news is going to create some great trading opportunities in oil for the next couple of days, in my opinion. Take
Okay,
it back, Mickey.
that's great. So as soon as we'll see it moving, as you can see, it's moving sideways for the last 3 days. So as soon as we'll see it popping up or down, this should definitely take the momentum and move prices. Um, it yesterday tried to break this support level that we marked, and like I said, I wanted to see a break, then retest, and another fall down. But at the moment, it just broke and went up again to the uh, resistance level at the top. So as soon as we'll see it crossing one of those ranges, then we'll probably see momentum coming in and pushing the price higher or lower. Let's go to the stocks that we are looking at today. Again, we are still at earnings season, so lots of good companies reporting, and this is great for the momentum that we're looking as day traders. But we gotta understand that there are levels of liquidity, and the price will get resistance or support when we'll reach that. So make sure you're marking your levels correctly. What we got there, Daniel?
Well, before we take on today's earnings list, we don't really have major earnings, but what's really important was Nvidia. And Nvidia had mixed results. Now, the earnings were good, but investors were worried because, as you guys know, in the world, there's a kind of a global semiconductor shortage. Cough. Um, and basically, two things. China is basically saying no more hoarding products, start selling them. Because during COVID, we've seen a lot of products being hoarded. And two, Nvidia wrote that a lot of its sales are being taken by people who are mining bitcoins. So guys, they buy it in bulk and they create mining operations and they
Right.
buy special cards. So Nvidia said it fears that the Bitcoin mania might be coming to an end, and that's seriously going to affect its future sales.
Mm.
So investors are getting pretty worried in general.
Interesting.
So just this is causing a lot of volatility in the QQQ and AMD. AMD is Nvidia is a very hard and expensive stock to play. So a lot of the news in Nvidia is playing into AMD because they're basically the same sector. So if you want some exposure to the volatility in Nvidia and it's out of your price range, it's a very spready stock and a very crazy stock to trade. AMD is a great sympathy play. So I wanted to bring that up. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Traded at 627 at the moment in NVDA. And we still got this gap open at 636 to 635.78. So as long as we are below that level, make sure you don't go long before we break through that level. And only after that you will have a positive impact, and then it might continue higher. So wait for that level to break that level, unless you have enough space to take your partial. But again, it will be safer and smarter to go in only when we will break through the resistance level. If dropping down, mm, hopefully it will drop majorly, and then around the 600, 599, you can look for a long position. So we got plenty of room to the downside, but Nvidia knows how to move like $20 a day easily. So if it will go to those levels, definitely look for a buy opportunity at Nvidia.
Sorry.
Okay, I thought it was connected to the Nvidia.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
I just allergy season.
fine. Um, so that was Nvidia. Besides that, do you have any other stocks before I run my scan?
We go over AMD because AMD is really hot in my pre-market hot scanner, and I traded AMD yesterday, and I think AMD is going to be a great play because we have the QQQ in play, and we have the sector in play. So I think AMD is a really good idea for today. That's my opinion. It's going to be one of the top on my. It's going to be one of the top players on my watch list today.
Okay, cool. AMD at the moment I see it's a bit flat. But yeah, maybe breaking through the 78, 90, something like that could give us a little bit more momentum, and from that all the way to the 80.
I can see I can see a nice opening range breakout on AMD happening.
Hmm.
AMD is one of those stocks which is basically dead, and as soon as the open happens, it just goes psychotic. So, if I'm trading AMD, I'm gonna wait for the first 5 minutes to see how the market's printing.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look for a trap, usually to take liquidity, and then it's gonna go to them. I think there's gonna be a nice red to green move today. That's just my opinion, guys. But be careful, especially at the open. These kind of stocks can get really volatile.
Okay, cool. Let's see some other stocks that I see on my
AMC.
scanner. AMC. Okay.
Guys, I read today that institutional losses in AMC and GME
Wow,
is over
20.
$8 billion.
Amazing. Already
That's insane.
in the 20s. Nice.
Yeah.
Only if I would waited and not taking out on 14, 13, waited just a little bit more. But yeah, now dropping to 18, so a bit of a dip. Definitely nice areas to look for buy opportunities around the 17, if we'll reach that. But it made this move. Beyond Meat, BYND moving higher, almost $6 up. Interesting. 132.50 at the moment. Let's look at the daily chart to look for the support resistance levels, hidden support resistance levels. So we have one in this gap, small gap, like a common gap, but could act as support if we will drop down to those levels. The other ones should be 200 EMA. I don't see anything else besides that. Maybe some pivots along the way, like pivot points along the way. Looking pretty good. Yeah, looking pretty good.
Um, on the institutional front, Plug was downgraded by JP Morgan.
Which one?
Plug was
Plug.
downgraded by JPM
Okay, let's see just a second.
significantly.
Let's
Yeah.
look at beyond one last
Meet.
time just to make sure why, what's the news behind it. Could see a big boost in sales.
Beyond Meat was, I believe, a couple days ago. It was seriously upgraded by some Wedbush analyst, and they've been marketing the stock. So I think a couple of days going on from that, institutionals are going to be trying to get entries, and execution traders are going to be creating a lot of havoc to get into trades.
Yeah, and I also see like they have six packs in Canada just released this.
Beer or like,
No, no, like
oh,
Beyond
okay,
Meat. six pack because at the moment it's only coming two at the time. So they have a new edition of six burgers, and they're running it in Canada
That's
and
highly inefficient to sell two burgers at a time.
um, yeah, but it's expensive. So yeah,
Have you had any of it?
of course. I
Is it
just had
good?
it like 30 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you recommend this company? Okay.
yeah, it's cool. It's great. Great replacement. Okay, so this is BYND, WSM after earnings as well. I see it's going up nicely. And do we have an upgrade? Target to 191 from 184. That's nice. Let's see, at the moment traded at 175. Okay, plenty of room. I like this stock. No interference while moving higher. So this is 175. And if the price continue higher, we can go pretty easily to those levels around the 185. So plenty of room, at least for 180, a round number. But after that, plenty of room to the upside. So keep an eye on WSM. Nice uh, upgrade and earnings. So that's good. Dollar General also after earnings.
The auto is
204.
pretty.
Which one?
The auto,
Give me a symbol.
LI.
Okay, we'll check it out. Yeah, Dollar General is at the moment running closer to the resistance level, so keep an eye on this one as
What's
well.
the symbol for Donald? DG?
Digi, yeah. Let's see,
Yeah,
you
okay.
said plug and downgraded.
Plug. The EV space in general is really hot today. So NIO, Lee, plug, any kind of any kind of electric vehicles or climate change kind of stocks.
But that was an upgrade or
A downgrade.
downgraded? Okay. Um, cut to 47. Okay.
Yeah.
Downgrade, but still higher, much higher than the current price. So it's still okay. Yeah,
These analysts are funny. Like, what do you do your math based on? How I feel today.
that's true. Okay, and LI, nice momentum move yesterday. That was, yeah, I missed that now. I remember, I missed that trade. There was a nice BFF pattern here.
Guys, BFF is what we call the flag pattern here, so just so you know.
Yeah, so nice momentum move. I just missed it by a few minutes.
On which stock?
LI,
LI? Lee?
yeah,
Lee is a Chinese. I read an article this morning which is like American investors are dumping their U.S. stocks and buying up foreign stocks. So I
hmm.
think we're seeing some rotation to like Chinese names and European names. So Lee, XPEF, stuff like that.
Would appreciate that actually,
Why? Why?
cause I'm in.
Oh, okay. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks. Let's see downside. Some stocks that open in with a gap down plan. Let's see PLAN. Oh, nice. Yes, this is what I like to see. A major
Mickey's happy,
gap down.
everyone.
Yeah, very
Oh
happy.
wow, it's a lot of shares. Any news on this stock?
40. Yeah, yeah. It's after earnings. 48.50. Let's look at the chart. Let's see if we got some levels here. This is exactly what I want to see. 48. Okay, so
Daily chart looks really good.
the closing gap is at 47.80. That's not good for us. But if we will break this level, 47.80, then we got enough room to the next level at 46, right here. So this is about well, almost $2. And from that point, the next level will be here at 42, right? So plenty of room to the downside if we will break those levels. So just make sure you don't fall into the trap and get in the trade before breaking those levels, or break the level, retest it, then go short. Um, Dollar Tree, the LTR dropping down.
Dollar Tree has some bad guidance. Good earnings, bad guidance.
Okay, so at the moment at 101, 101.7. Let's see the chart. 101. Oh, I'm loving it. My only problem is this support level, right? At 1.8. But if we're crossing that level, look how beautifully it can drop down at least to the 97, the previous gap. So plenty of room to the downside on, yeah, on DLTR. Loving it. What else do we got?
Bitcoin name, Ray Dalio, the founder of the world's largest hedge fund, has announced he's buying Bitcoin, and I'm seeing some Bitcoin names moving in the pre-market, as well as the Bitcoin is starting to recover a little bit. So
Let's see, like Riot.
Riot, I'm looking at Riot.
Okay, finally crossing that sideway. 2860. It's nice. Could be a nice momentum today. How about Mara?
Mara is also in play.
Yeah, nice.
There's a lot of stocks on our list today, guys. It's gonna be a fun day. This jobs report really gives some nice volatility, so it's gonna be a good trading day.
Um, Look at Snow. Yesterday, I believe yesterday or 2 days
Snowflake had
ago.
earnings
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah, recently.
you spoke about them and cross dropped from 236 to 216. Then, as you can see, retested all like bounced back all the way up.
Yeah, Snow's a big player now. Really hyped Epi out. Institutionals love the stock. Remember
What
them,
are they
Epi.
doing? Do you recall?
I believe they are in cloud technology. They service mostly institutions with like the back end stuff.
Mm,
So they're one of the bigger players in the institutional server, like Amazon Web Services, but more boutique in the sense.
okay. Crocs dropping down just a little bit. And let's look at some others. Mm, yeah, I believe we're good for today. I mean, we got at least 7, 10, even 10 stocks that we can watch.
Yeah, I have a lot too. There's a lot
So
to play today.
just wait and see. Market is moving higher. That's also nice. Again, after the news from the jobless claim. So yeah, all finally we see them together. One of the things, you know what, not really.
What
One of the things that was bothering me this week is that the SPY and the Qs and the IWM didn't really go together. I mean, even if they did went to the same direction, it wasn't that correlated.
was
And
it in sync?
yeah, because yeah, here, look at the SPY already pushing much higher. Then
Yeah, Spy's doing nice.
look at the Qs, it's still ranging. So, and IWM moving higher as well. So most of the times, what I like to see is that they are both going together at the same time with the same power, same momentum. But here, SPY is much stronger than the Qs, and I don't like it because, for example, yesterday there was almost an entry here at the bottom that I waited for at the SPY. Still got the mark there here. But the reason I didn't take it is because the Qs wasn't there with me to go higher. Eventually it went, but I didn't have all the like I didn't have all
Confidence?
the, not the confidence, but like the V checkbox,
Check.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
to
Check
go
mark.
in. And so that's because they are not really going together, not really sync. So I don't know why this week we don't see them as sync as usual. Hopefully they will stop doing that. and start behaving.
Well, I think it has to do with the increased volatility and how different sectors are moving differently. Some sectors are making all-time highs, and a lot of it is just crashing to shit. So I think we need to look at the QQQ, for example. 10%, 51% of the QQQ is about 10 stocks, and
Right.
those 10 stocks, the big FANG stocks, all got
Hmm.
massacred this week. Well, like the Dow has some, industrial names, which is more pro-inflation.
Right.
So it's inflationary order flow in a sense. That's my theory.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. Good theory. Okay, cool guys. So, if you have obviously any questions, feel free to ask and write us some comments. Hey Richard, what's going on? Thanks so much, buddy. Thanks so much. And
Great to have you, man.
so remember, trade safely. Look at the chart. Look at the SPY. Look at the resistance support level. Stick to your trading plan. Don't mess that up. And that's it for the week, Daniel. We did a full week, the first full week live.
Yeah,
So
it's been kind of fun.
super, super fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys liked it as well. Give us a thumbs up, write some comments so we will know how you feel about us. And in general, if you get in what you need in order to trade properly at the trading day, obviously we will see you again on Monday. Have a great trading day and great weekend.
Peace out, guys.
Bye for now.